What's up, everybody? It's CMP with Craftmaster Productions and Studio1Tutorials.com. Don't forget to stop by Studio One Tutorials and pick up your premium membership today. It is 50 cents a day, but today is the day of all days. This is when it's going down. This is where I am showing you Super Slimey, our new MIDI drum pack at Studio1Tutorials.com, and it is banging because it is so much more than a MIDI drum pack. It is a MIDI drum pack. It is I got a new 808 kit in there. I got a whole bunch of MIDI files in there. I got a whole mess of audio loops in there, and we're just gonna get right to it and show you what it is. Now, for people that aren't familiar with the channel, aren't familiar with the site, what we do or what we like to do sometimes when a really great project comes along that kind of pushes the production and everything forward a little bit, and people want to see how to make the types of beats, what I'll do is I'll go in, I'll get the vibe with the drums, I'll transcribe them and get you guys the MIDI files for it. That way you can go ahead, and use them in your own projects. And this is, some of you guys that might have an older view of producing and just like, oh man, it's biting, and we use the same drums. It's like, dude, like if you listen to the Kanye West song on what's it called? Goddamn, what's the album? The first album, the classic. Shit, what the hell's the name of Kanye's first album? Anyhow, y'all know it. You'll correct me in the comments. But yeah, man, what he did was for the song "This Can't Be Life," he was inspired by the drums from Explosive, and he went and replayed them and made a song. If you listen to Explosive and "This Can't Be Life," two completely different songs, different tempos, but you could see how using the drums from a great song can be beneficial. And it's the same thing, like it's the basis of hip hop. Like that's how hip hop started. Like go on sample who sampled and type in funky drummer and see how many people have used that loop and how many songs have been made with the funky drummer drum loop. So for anybody from any age, any era that you're from, to you can just get rid of this. This is an advantage, and more people should take advantage of it. So inside this folder, what you're gonna get is the explosive lo-fi 808s, and this is it's like 12 or 13 808s. All key information is linked up next to it, and basically this was done with the whole like over distorted 808 SoundCloud vibe in mind. You got let me just take the time stretch off. Let me hear these. Yeah. Yeah, so it's basically I processed the shit out of them. Steven Slate stuff, the Sound Toy stuff, and the D16 stuff. Then I had a couple loops that I was messing with that we're gonna use today. And these loops are great because they're not just like cheesy 4-bar loops for you to go into and mess with. Like I have the different the different pieces to where if you don't like the bass line, you have open sections. And then I have a bunch of loops here. Just this was stuff that I was processing through a VHS VST. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna fuck with this loop right here. And then I got my next MIDI pack that I'm gonna be coming out with. I went ahead and did a preview. This is the Rap Caviar MIDI drum kit. Inspired by stuff that's on the SoundCloud Rap Caviar. Playlist. I got a few percussion loops that are pretty dope. A few piano midis that are in here, and the gross beat melodies. These are really cool too. I like these. Just quick little 8-bar joints to kind of get you started. I was playing this for my new production partner Robert Blake, and he's just like, I can't believe you're giving this shit away. But yeah, so all of this is in the pack. The pack is gonna go for $29.99. But let's go for what you guys are here for. Let's get to the drums, right? All right, so we'll take this loop right here, and let me just. Let's see. What speed is this going at? This is 142. All right, so let's just Control B this. Actually, let me undo that. Because of the way Studio One bounces stuff, you're gonna want to, go in. That way, you make sure you're not getting that blank, that dead air when you run your loop, right? So here we are, Slimy MIDI drums. So there's a couple ways you go about using this. I added the and if you're familiar with the project and you read the name of the files, you'll be able to figure out which is inspired by which. But so I'm at 142 right now. I'm looking at the different tempos. Another reason why I like this one is there's a few different tempos. It wasn't just like 140 all over the place. You got stuff up by 170, stuff up by 160, and then down by 140. So we'll take something that's close, right? We'll take home and we'll run it. All right, so we'll go ahead and throw the snare in, and we'll throw the kick with our kick. We'll throw the 808 with our 808. Let me just make sure we get, I believe this is in G. I'll double check that. All right, so this is in F minor. Let me just go ahead and drop this up to F. That sounds about right. Let me make sure I'm not tripping. Yep, that's what I thought. Okay, bet. So that's what you're gonna get when you get and then we'll take this is one way to use it if you just want to get like you want okay, I want the drum vibe from record X, whatever, right? So let's get an open hi-hat here. Let's just see what we got right now. All right, so say you was like, all right, that's cool. I like the kick and the snare, but you know the hi hats. I really wish I had a different pattern. So you could go ahead, get rid of those hi hats, and go into something else. You know, completely mix and match it. See what this sounds like. All right, so a lot of the hi hat work that's done on this album, and this is the album that really, um, as I was as I was getting into it and I was making this pack, I really realized how important tuning your drums are. Right, so you'll notice if you're looking for the exact same vibe of this of this stuff, you gotta do your due diligence and tune your stuff right. So we go into the hi-hat, and I'll show you what's making the difference and what they have going on that album. All right, so we got a C sharp, right? So we'll go ahead and tune this to C sharp. Okay, then let's go ahead and tune this up to our root note, which is F. All right. So you'll notice that first of all, before we get to the hi-hats, you notice that the 808 doesn't have any type of movement. So and that was done on purpose. I didn't want to give you guys, the exact bass lines and the exact notes and the exact scale, because at that point you're it's a fine line. At that point you're going into the fucking corny level, right? So we'll just go ahead and create a quick bass line here. All right, so we got that now. Especially with these hi-hat patterns, a lot of what's going on in these hi-hat patterns is a lot of pitch movement. That's just killing it right now. So, right, so you start doing stuff like this. And then especially where the rolls are happening, that's where you'll see a lot of, and that's where you see a lot of pitch movement. And the trick, to a lot of what's going on the project is, instead of doing it, what a lot of people do, especially I see a lot in tutorials and stuff like that, is when they have a roll, they'll take all the notes from the roll and drop it down. um just drop one or two notes from the roll down, and then oh shit, I got this on E. But just drop one or two notes down from the roll. Like if it's a 3 note roll, like if it's a triplet, take 2 notes and drop them down or pull them up. If it's a straight time, just drop one, and you'll get like this wonky type of rhythm. accent that is the signature of what you're hearing on the project. But yeah, it's a lot of pitch movement. So once you actually, you know, go ahead and tune your drums, you can go ahead and focus on the pitch, knowing that you're in the scale of the track, and it's going to work out a lot better. It's going to make mixing a lot easier too. And then, you know, boom, you got a beat. You know, you go ahead and play something else on it. You know, you could take these, take them and reverse them. Do whatever you want. And then the drums by themselves. All right, so let's get it. Let's keep it going. Let's get another loop. This was an F minor also, right? So, and we'll go up to 149, right? I like the vibe of these because they have they got a lot of that distortion on it. I got that vinyl cracking going on it. So you could even take something from a much higher tempo and experiment with it. I think this one I actually did some pitch work on. Yeah, I did do some pitch work on this. So we're gonna take this, just turn the scale quantize off for a second, drop that up to F, bring it back. If you see one where I did do the bass melody for you, you want to make sure that you jump it up to the scale of your track. And then see even this, like I would go with my song. So there's always room to be creative. And then even something like this, you could start messing with the arrangement. Chop it up, make it yours. Go ahead and, like, I don't know, keep going with it. Put looperator on it. Play with it a little bit. fire, bro. Easy, easy. And that's the thing with you know, with dealing with loops and stuff like that. It's just a starting point. You know, you could go wherever you want with it. Let's take another one out. Let's go with this. We'll bring this down to 120 just so you can see the versatility of it. All right. So that's just, you know, so it's just so easy to get going. So you could take that. I mean, that was the fastest drum loop at a tempo that isn't even included in here. And you see just how easy it is to get going. We'll go ahead and we'll take this guy right here, throw him in the mix. All right. And then again, you know, you just go in and program your own bass line. If you don't like that, speed it up. And a lot of these, I mean, most of them, if not all of them, I paid a lot of attention to the velocity, especially in the hats. So you're gonna want to make sure that you have your velo strip turned all the way up so that you can indeed benefit from the velocity programming. The other thing that you can do with these, and I think people forget about this when they're using drum packs and MIDI packs and stuff like that, is you can incorporate different swings and everything into the mix. So you could go into, press the Q, any swings that you have saved. Like I got the MPC 3K from the Exchange. It's in the Exchange. You guys that own Studio One, you know how to use the Exchange. So just go to the Exchange and search this up. It's real easy to install. You just drag it in over here and it'll be here. But you could go ahead and set this to like more of like a lagging groove. For something that's more of a straight hat that doesn't have a lot of rolls. It's gonna add you a different flavor, right? And just instantly that sounds so much better, and you see how, you know, it's the swing just throws the notes off the grid ever so slightly. And what key is this in? This is D. Yeah, this is D. I know this kick, so I know that it's in. I know it's in C. You see how much everything sticks out more and finds the right space when everything's in tune. I mean, and you can go real far, like with the drum tuning. You can tune your kicks to go with the 808. And you see when you do that, it doesn't work all the time, but you get the right kick sometimes, and it makes it sound so much better. Telling you, guys have got to tune the drums, man. This is such a big deal. So that is, you know, it's just the overview of what you can do with the pack. Some of the loops that you can get in the pack. It is an extreme value. I spent, you know, a good amount of time creating the loops. I mean, this is all stuff that I've been working on for a year. In the future, I've got a lot of great packs coming out. The next one that's coming out is going to be called Underwater, and it's just a lot of really amazing just melodies and pads and leads and basses played by a real musician. You know, the kid is a beast. Robert Blake, you're gonna be hearing a lot from him in the future. Him and his crew landed a placement on the A Boogie with the Hoodie album, so we're gonna be bringing you guys you know, a lot of useful packs that you can do. I mean, like when we were making the pack, boy was getting mad, dude. He's like, do we really have to sell this one? I want to use this one. We could place off this. So it's a fight for these tracks. But you know, what I want you guys to take away from this, obviously, this is a great product. You know my reputation. You guys have my stuff. It's good stuff. But you know, again, using loops. You know, remember to be creative. Remember to pitch your drums. Remember to, you know, if you want to get the real sound from these, don't leave them sitting at the root note. You know, mess with the hi-hats. This track didn't do it so much, but even if you use it in this track, it makes a big difference. You know. And I mean, another trick you could do, you can even stack them. All right. So all you guys that are hustling, all beat stars and try to get placements and everything, and you're producing a lot of content fast, this is the type of tools that you need to get up and running, stay current. You know what I'm saying? You could take something that is a current wave right now, add your own twist to it, and make a brand new wave. This is what we do with Studio One Tutorials. We give you the tools that you need to be productive, to be fast, and to be efficient. So this is CMP with Craftmaster Productions. Go ahead, you know, you could go right now to the site under the Buy Sounds tab. I'm going to leave the I'm going to leave the link in the description, and go ahead and pick it up. The price is $29.99. Keep it simple. Don't be basic. And we will see you on the next one.